Shabbos. And you're given these aliyahs that we're about to look at. It's called the 7 margolin, the 7 pearls. So exactly how they work, let's see if we can figure it out from here. So we're going to be on number Nun Ches. There is a Lamed Vav. We'll try to get to that. So then you go back and you say it again. What are we talking about? B'kavan la'alos bo as rucho min ha'yitzira the bria b'seder cheseder nizkar. Now I don't see this. Well, actually, I don't know. So I started using just a regular nusach sfar, not nusach sfar, but sfardi kriya shemala lemita, and I was a little bit overwhelmed by what's in the Rishash, so I kind of put it down for a while. Now we're coming over to talk about it. So, and I'm really a little bit behind there. He's called Nizgar ad ata, everything that we said him to this point. So that's what we've been talking about. In the Ana B'Koach, you're able to pull yourself up in this 42. As rucho. So now, though, you're in Yitzira, which is the place of the Ruach. Which its place is Ruach. So think about what Ruach could possibly mean. It has so many possible definitions. That this, in turn, should go up into Olam Habriah. And together, because with his Rucha, don't forget, the Yakaven la'alos gam as nafsho, so you should have this idea also, to elevate your soul, that is the part that has to do with olam asiyah, also kavar, that already went up, liyitzira, ba'aliyah rishona, at the first time that there was an aliyah, that is from asiyah to yitzira. So therefore you have the nefesh is in yitzira. And when Yitzira is going to move up to Bria, it's going to take that nefesh along with it. The Bria. So then we should say the 6 letters, the 6 words, Shenis as a Shisha Tevos Hashiyachin Osachayom that refer to that day. V'gam kam yakaven keseder hanizkar b'shebeshtei osis rishonos, and then think of it like this: is that the 6 words that are in the Ana B'Koach are the 6 different, the 3 different joints that you could make out of it: the first 2 letters, middle letters, and final letters. So he says, with this you have this concept. Harishona mechasep panav, ve'emsois mechasep roglov, o v'shtayim achronim ya'ofef, it should fly. Now, this whole thing is very mysterious, if you ask me, because it's not explaining to me yet, or if it will, why you cover the face, why you cover the feet. You don't say anything about covering the body. That's what it says. And then the third one, that is the abgi, and then the last one we said, let's say, was tats. So he says tafsadi, or tesadi, I'm not sure how it's spelled. He says v'yakaven b'shem ben mab sheba olam habriah. Now here is where I get off the track a little bit, because I've seen this written other ways. Faku b'shnei b'kidush hem ekya yako. Each one is a 21. So this is your kavanah. He said this is your kavanah. Gam hu ekya, but it's also at the same time double ekya, which is 21 and 21 is 42 again. V'chol b'china me'elo hu b'gematria mab. So we see that what you're doing now. This is presented to me as a fact. Exactly. Again, like I told you, that the covering the face and covering the feet and then flying upwards is a process that he says it's a fact. So how do I understand it? I'm not sure. So l'tzorach aliyas al olam habriah, in order to be able to go up in olam, liyikaven shtei shemos mab, the bria, there are 2 names in bria. Now I have a problem with this, because I had the understanding from the Otras Chaim that the second mab really referred to the 3 hands. Yad Rama, Yad Gedola, and Yad Chazaka. I think that's what it is. I get a little confused. So then all the Yad is 14 times 3 is 42 also. But he's not saying that. He's not going on that. Instead of going to Yako Ekya, or Ekya Ayako, and Ekya Ekya. So those two make 42. He says that's the 42 of olam Habriah, at least in the situation we're talking about now. Shehem Ekya Yaakov Ekya Ekya should call Echem Mechem olam mab. So each one of them will go to that way. V'gam tekaven bepratos ba'os rishona. So then also take in specifically the first letter. Shel Ekya Yaakov, which is what? It's an aleph. I'm not sure what he means. Does he mean aleph and yod, or does he mean just aleph? The ba'os rishona shel Ekya Ekya. That's that one too. Al derek masha be'arna b'shem abgi. The Shaar al sheva osis kolulos ba, and all the rest of them are incorporated within it. So let's get shem mab the yitzira, which is abag. Let's go like that and going on. Nechlocha the sheva bebechinas connected sheva yemecha shavua, that is divided into 7 different pieces, and the 7 different pieces of those 6 letters will make a 42. Kamoke gam shemas mab de bria nechlokim l'sheva bechinos. It's also going to be divided into 7 different aspects. Now, I would need to read it again because he's going to talk about the margolin, and I want to see what I can understand of it. He says kamoke gam shemas mab de bria could be divided up into 7 different aspects. Those are the margolim, I think. So you have different, how many names? So you have 2 letters, you have 7 letters over here. And also, you need to be able to do this, have 1 letter from the Ekya Ekya. Now this is what he says, it's a cookbook kind of statement. And so what he's saying is that this is the kavanah. Should have this kavanah. Take 1 of those letters. The common should call Shaar hashisha osias kolulos ba'os ba'osa sheyachas la'osa hayam. And so since you're only taking 1 letter, you should, I'm not sure what this means, but because look, if you took the aleph and then you're going to go to the next letter, which is, let's say it's a hey, you already used the aleph, but he says shekol Shaar hashisha osias kolulos b'ha'aras hashayach b'ha'ara b'ha'os, hashayachas l'olayom. So he says that's what it is. You should think that you're saying the whole. Say, for example, on the first 9 Motzei Shabbos, it would be an ana b'koach. Behind the sheyakavim as kol osias, that should have a kavana for all of the letters. Rak sheyakavim bepratos ozizu shayechas the yom zeh. But even though you're saying you're going to say all of the letters, you're only really concentrating on one of it. V'chashar nechlalas bo, and all the rest are incorporated inside of that. That's not hard to think of, so let's go on a little bit more. Okay, I'm not sure I want to do the let's go to well, let's do number Lamed Vav and see if there's something that I can understand from this as he's starting to talk about the margolin in relationship to these 2 names, which is Ekya Yaakov and Ekya Ekya. So there has to be more secrets in this, but I don't know it. So he said, "Va'acher kach yachzoch le'om rocho v'yakavein la'alos bo as rucho min yitzira the bria kaseder and nizkar." So you have the idea you're going to go into bria. Seder aliyas nashra mi yitzira the bria. So that order there. The siddur, we see it in the Nar Shalom. Acher kach yachzoch lomer pasuk echad hanizkar le'el b'kol laila la'alos rucho, in order to be able to elevate the ruach. So he says the pasuk echad. I'm not sure what pasuk he means. We're talking about Motzei Shabbos, the ana b'koach. Yehi ratzon she'milfonecha. So this is what you're supposed to say. I really haven't looked at the Rishash Siddur since we saw this. I didn't think of what this is going on here. So he says, Remez Yihu Ratzon Mifonecho Hashem Elokeinu V'Levotekeinu Sheta'alach V'Nafshi V'Rucha Miyitzira the Bria Al Yedecha B'Shem, and the first day would be Abgi. V'Al Derek Zah would be the Ana B'Koach. I guess you could say the Ana B'Koach because we do say that. V'Al Derek V'Zah B'Kol Yom Hashem Da'os HaYom. So on every day would be that particular name. Hasholet B'Zu HaLayla B'Shtei Osius Rishonas B'Yom Rishon. Aleph base, so which would be the letters Av of Ana B'Koach. So Yekasach Penechem, then they cover their faces. V'Shtei Osius Shnius the Os HaLayla Yechasach Raglechem, they'll cover their feet. V'Shtei Osius V'Tachtonos the Os HaLayla Ya'ofef V'Alu Ya'ofafu. You should bring them up, they will go upwards. B'Kor Shtei Shemos Mab the Bria, and this happens as a result of these two names. The Mab the Bria is either Ekia Ekir or Yaakov Ekir, and he starts by saying Yaakov Ekir. He says it that way. So he the Bria. Shem HaEchad Ekir Yaakov. So that one. V'Shem HaSheni Ekir Ekir. Oh, there it is. V'Sham, that is Yom Rishon, Habriah Yom Beis. So he said, V'Shem, I think it's Shem. Yom Rishon would be Habriah. Yom Beis would be this Habriah, but it would be Menukad, with a Elokim. Yom Gimel Matz. Yom Dalad Kale. Yom Hey Elokim. Yom Vav Matz again. And Matz is the Atbash of Yud Kei Vav Kei. Now, it's a very deep subject, Matz. I'm not sure what to say about it, because I think this is the first manifestation of the name that's coming through, let's say, the Peos. It manifests itself there as Matz. Why? I don't know. But it switches. In other words, it switches from a pure Yud Kei Vav Kei to a Atbash. So just know that there is an Atbash, why it's employed, and what it's supposed to do. I'm not 100% sure, other than the fact that it changes things. So Leil Shabbos Kodesh Yom Yak Adni will be another combination. The Misgala of the margola of the margolin, these pearls. V'nisada sham tefila katsara. So there's a little tefila you say v'la'achar v'kan kosev, and then after that he writes like this. V'yakaven ke'ilu nafsha v'ruchu mamash. So you have this idea. You're going to, now again, in the Rishash Siddur, you only see, I don't know if you see this at Kriya Shemala Lamita. Now I got to start looking at it, but I know for sure that it's in the Shabbos, Erev Shabbos Siddur. So it's the same idea again, is that you're using it to be able to move from olam Yitzira into olam Habriah, but this is for Erev Shabbos. So he says, so ke'ilu nasha v'ruchu mamash, porchim v'olam ataham Yitzira, the Bria, that they're always now flying away, and they're going from world more deep and deep into the olam of Kedusha. Im kol nefashos v'haruchos, and it will take all the nefashos, because we know the nefashos and the ruchos are going together with it now. Al yedei shtei shemos mab, and now through these two names mab. Let's see if there's a Lamed Zayin. We have like 3 minutes or 4 minutes. Let's see if we can.
That's it.
That's it? We're done. Okay, we'll get back to this another time.